Hey guys, so first I want to apologize. I am super sick. I know it probably doesn't look like it, but I've been dying inside all day and for the past like 3 days. But today I am going to talk about the impact that social media has on society, just kind of in general with pros and cons um to it. So I don't know about you guys, but most of us probably have social media account, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. I don't know if you still have MySpace or even like Visco. Anything, any form of social media where you can contact with other people, it's there. Now, next thing I want you to think about is how long you've had those accounts for. Whether it's a year, a couple months, 10 years, 15 years. I know most social media sites have our like anniversary of whenever we joined, I guess. So like my Twitter anniversary is like 5 or 6 years, I think. Facebook I've been on since I was in like seventh grade, I think. Um, so that's a long time, and probably a lot of our time that has been used on there, whether for good or for bad, or whatever you do when you're on social media. Um, but I read an article the other day of that was by Carrie Kirpin, stated in a Forbes article that social media is a perception of like your self brand, so you make it how you want other people to see you, which obviously is good and bad for many different reasons, because sometimes people, most of the time, I like to think at least, people are themselves on their social media. Like how they are on social media is like how they are in person, I guess you can say. Um, but it can also portray us on different networking sites like LinkedIn, for example, that I'll talk about later. But social media throughout the years has affected everyone, good and bad, in many different ways. Um, One example that's one of my favorites is businesses. It has both the good and the bad impacts on it. Businesses, they hire people strictly just to run their social media accounts, and nowadays it's like more of a luxury. No, not a luxury. Scratch that. More, it's more like you have to have social media than a luxury. That's what I was going um, for your business, because you can reach thousands, even millions of people in such a short amount of time, whether you're saying something about a new location or like menu additions or updating hours and whatnot. It can get there in the blink of an eye. But also, like, if you're a restaurant and you get like a bad review, that can swirl around the internet really, really fast. And social media, most of the time, is free nowadays. So businesses aren't over trying to like thumb up thousands and thousands of dollars. Um, and also, like, it helps us today with making connections. Like, LinkedIn is strictly for like finding a job, basically. So, obviously, on there, you want to put your best foot forward. But then, like, Instagram, for an example, people nowadays have Finstas, which are basically like fake Instagram accounts that you only let your closest friends follow, and you post stuff out there, whether like it's after like a night out or like a breakup or a bad test score or something. It's just kind of like things that you don't want everyone else seeing on the internet except just your close friends. Um, so even like that right there, it's like Instagram versus like reality. I guess you see those pictures everywhere. That's kind of what it's like, because on your regular Instagram, you'd want to post all like the nice pictures, like where you look your best and all that other stuff, versus like what you actually looked like that day, for a good example. Um, or even like you with your friends on spring break probably would go on your Finsta, versus like a family vacation, which would go on your regular Instagram. Um, but yeah, so those are just a couple things here and there that social media, how it has affected our society, between like misconceptions, and sometimes people get caught up in like not the reality, but I guess the internet world, and kind of need to like take a step back to realize, oh, what am I doing? Like, I took a break from social media for a hot minute, and for like a month. Excuse me. But within that month, it was, I guess it was just eye opening to see like we're always all on our phones, and on social media, that we don't actually take time to stop and like think about what's actually going on in the world around us.